San Anteo is the westernmost island in Cape Verde. The island is of volcanic origin and is very mountainous. Tourists mainly come here to walk, and there are many great walking trails that allow you to explore the island. We stayed in Santa Anteo for a couple of days and took advantage of the walking opportunities there. We also took advantage of a local taxi to get us to the start of the most spectacular coastal walk on the island. This involved a hair-raising ride along a very narrow road with a severe drop on one side to this amazing village that had houses perched on the side of a cliff face. The road is not only very narrow, it's also very twisty and turny, which basically means you're clinging to the seat of your car, hoping that your driver's confidence that he has driven this road many times before is justified. The video gives you an idea of what the road was like, the narrow road, and also the mountainous terrain. But what it doesn't give you a feel for is just how scary that ride was. It was like scarier than probably the most scary fairground ride. And here we have the village that I referred to earlier, clinging to the edge of the kind of cliff face. You can also see all the terracing underneath the houses, and in the past these houses would have been agricultural houses where people actually worked the land. It's quite a fertile area, but people don't really work these kind of territories anymore, I guess just because it would be such a hard life. However, the net result of all of the previous people working and living here means that the paths that you're walking along are absolutely fantastically well-made paths for walking along. And you pass some uninhabited, ruined villages en route. So after the mountain walk, you then come down to the coastal walk, and this was just absolutely spectacular. Again, on very well made roads, but the views along the coast were just kind of spectacular, and I really enjoyed that part of the walk. You can actually have a look. This stone here, how did they actually build that wall in that kind of terrain all those years ago when they didn't have the sorts of equipment that we have nowadays? I just don't know, but they must have been really smart and clever people in order to be able to do that. So we stayed the night in a remote village before heading off the next day to walk part of the way back to the coastal town where we had left for our walk on the previous day. Again, you can see all of the terracing that's there, testimony to previous former days when these islands were much more inhabited and rural farming ground terrain than exists now. Nowadays, a lot of it's just in relation to tourism.